Do you think Steph has changed the game for the better?
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, the game obviously is different now, right? Because when I was playing in the game, you had a lot of bigger power forwards and centers. The game was inside out. You play, kind of a methodical game. In Phoenix, we started to somewhat shift that type of style, right? We went to a smaller ball. I moved to the 5. Sean Marion went to the 4, and we played more of an up-tempo style. The Golden State Warriors took that formula and took it to a whole new level, right? Those guys are playing great basketball. Everyone's moving the ball. It's beautiful to watch team basketball on display every night. And I think Steph Curry, the way he plays, and he's like the nucleus for this team with that style, he's the guy to actually change the game for the good for sure.
Go ahead, Doug.
Well, I think he changed Golden State's game for the good, for the sure. I agree with you on that. But if anybody saw Game 7 with Milwaukee and the Celtics, I've been watching the NBA playoffs, believe it or not, for about 55 years. That was the worst Game 7 I've ever seen. They shot a combined 88 threes in the game, and Milwaukee was 4 for 33. It was an unwatchable basketball game. How many times have we seen Miami in this Eastern Conference Final? What they have 7 for 45 in one of those games?
Yeah.
And I can't watch a team throw 38 bricks up and a ball doesn't go in. I want balance in my basketball. I know three-point shooting is important. I can live with it, but I want balance. I want to see Amari do his thing down low. I want to see him go into the basket. I don't mind throwing the ball down to Kareem and watching him hit a sky hook once in a while. And I think it's gone way too much on the perimeter and not enough inside the paint. I want balance in my sports. Right. It's like football. Do you want to see 30 bombs every game, or do you want to see a little running game? You want to see a little defense? And hockey, do you want to see up and down constantly, or you want to see 9-8, or once in a while 2-1? In tennis, do you want to see a bunch of hard servers serve constantly and nobody can return and it's all serve and volley, or do you want to see ground strokes and you want to see a balance? Everything needs to have balance, and I think the NBA at times has lost a little of that. Yep. And Game 7 of Milwaukee and Boston, even you, who was in the building, you cannot dispute that. That was a horrific 7th game with 88 threes. It was unwatchable. You have to admit that.
Well, I was in Boston for the Boston-Milwaukee Game 7. I was there for the Boston-Miami Game 7. But I will tell you this. You're not wrong, doggy. I just think you're pointing the finger in the wrong direction. This is why Stephen Naismith is here to the rescue, baby. That's why I'm here for you. Here's the deal. It's not Steph Curry's fault because Steph Curry can shoot. Mm-hmm. Steph Curry, he changed, he changed it. People say he changed the game. No. He elevated it to a point where it was acceptable because you're looking for somebody to produce somewhere close in the vicinity of what he does and what Klay Thompson does to a slightly lesser degree, okay? But the reality is, you know who the biggest culprit for all of this is? It's Mike D'Antoni. Mm. He knows that. He played for Mike D'Antoni. Mike D'Antoni wanted you to shoot threes or layups. He didn't want no mid-range game. He would consider benching you if you took a mid-range shot. Am I lying?
Except for me. I mean, I shot a lot of mid-range.
Not you. But those guards that you put out there,
absolutely.
If they launched mid-range shots instead of 3, doggy, he didn't like it. Yep. I'm going to tell you something else because you'll appreciate to being a historical individual that you are, that Molly so eloquently stated earlier today.
Thank you, Molly.
Okay, Molly's going to explain it the way it needs to be explained. Okay, but here's the deal. My brother, the guy I love so much, that I believe is the greatest player to have ever played, Michael Jordan, is responsible as much as anybody for changing the game for the worse when you consider you. Stay with me on this.
Okay.
This is throwing no shade on Michael Jordan, of course. He's the greatest ever in my estimation, number one, all right? But he was so phenomenal that the NBA marketed the individual. The audience gravitated towards the individual, and the game became a bit more individualized because people wanted to be like Mike. Before Mike, you had Bird and Magic. Well, what was Bird and Magic? As great of a shooter as Bird was, as Mr. Clutch as he was, okay? Bird could pass, Bird could rebound, Bird had McHale, he had Parrish, he had Dennis Johnson, he had Gerald Henderson, he had a whole bunch, Danny Ainge and others. They had a team, all right? Blue collar, but team. Well, what was Magic? Magic was Showtime. As phenomenal as Magic was, what was his number one attribute? Passing. So guess what? He inherited Norm Nixon. You had Jamal Wilkes, all right? You had Kareem. All of a sudden, you got Worthy. You go from Norm Nixon to Byron Scott. You still got Michael Cooper. You got Michael Thompson. You had Kurt Rambis. The list goes on and on. And you marveled And think about this. You had guys once upon a time that would grab rebounds and want to dribble. Magic came along, and the first thing you did was grab that rebound. Where's Magic? Here you go. And Magic pushed the ball up the court. He had Worthy on his right. He had Byron Scott on his left. He had Cooper trailing. And if that didn't materialize into fast break points, then they'd slow it down and wait for Kareem. What I'm saying is you were thinking team until Jordan elevated it to another level. And from Jordan, then you had the Kobes, the Vince Carters, and others that came along thereafter, and the individualization of the sport, particularly because of the money that came with it, became more of a vocal point. So I would tell you, Mike D'Antoni, in terms of three-point shooting, all right, and making sure to maintain the pace, letting people score so you don't disrupt the pace. And then Jordan with the individuality, even though he obviously was a team player and the Chicago Bulls were a great team, the marketing of the individual, those two components is what made the game what it is today, which some people like yourself may not like, but guys like he and I accept. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.